Now for sports with J.R. Jackson.
All right, well, we got a lot of sports news for you as the Super Bowl is coming up, of course. The main question, is Tom Brady injured? And how injured was LaDainian Tomlinson? All right, so what's going on with the boot or no boot on Tom Brady, JR?
Well, Tom Brady was seen by paparazzi, at least in New York, following his girlfriend Gisele Bündchen into her New York apartment, as you can see, with white shoes on and it's not a soft cast, but a walking boot is what they call it. We have the plastic. It's like shaped like an L, and you kind of Velcro around the top from about just under your knee down over the front of the boot. And he was obviously limping, carrying things in. He also got out the passenger side, so obviously he also wasn't driving. It's his right foot. So he was followed, and they asked him several questions. They didn't even really say anything about the boot. They just asked him how it feels to get in the Super Bowl. But now everybody's noticing he had a boot. Several hours later, they see him with black shoes on, going into a New York hotspot with no boot. Oh, look at that, still fly. Now she's following him, obviously, in this picture.
Here's my question. Go back to the first picture, Jesus. Giselle, you want to help the brother out or what? Man's in a boot. Pick up a couple of things, man. The guy's carrying in 8 different things. I mean, he just won the AFC Championship game. Help him out a little bit.
Girl's not going to help him out.
I know you're Giselle frickin' Bündchen, but come on, work a little bit. Anyway, look, here's the situation. The Associated Press has gone and talked to all the doctors in Boston, and they say, oh, no, the foot can't be fractured if he's walking on it, but limping, etc. They're like, did you treat him? They're like, no, I didn't treat him. But I figured by just looking at the picture that, Page 6 has or TMZ has or whoever has, I could figure out that his foot's not broken. And then when Tom Brady was asked on his radio show, he said, oh, bumps and bruises. I'll be in the Super Bowl. But the way he answered it made me think it wasn't just bumps and bruises. On the other hand, he said, look, I'd have to be on a stretcher not to play in that Super Bowl. So my guess is, JR, he's hurt, but not that hurt, and he'll be fine overall.
Yeah, when it comes to something like a foot, there's so many different things. There's so many small bones and things like that in the foot that it can be kind of hurting enough, especially after a game or a whole season full of playing a rigorous football season. I mean, you could have something slightly wrong with your foot where they're gonna wrap your ass up, put you out there, and you're not gonna feel it.
Yeah, that's definitely true. And now everybody's speculating on whether the first boot was fake or the non-boot was fake, and he was trying to throw people off by not wearing the boot because he actually is injured. And if he was wearing the boot and that was fake, then it's probably to throw off the Giants on whether to prepare for the running game or the passing game. Okay, first off, here's the thing. Patriots don't have to fake anybody out, okay? Basically, Patriots usually say, we're coming. We're coming. And that's usually enough to intimidate the living crap out of the other guys. And it's not like they got to play a lot of head games with the Giants. The flip side is, kudos to the Giants. Who the hell thought they'd beat the Packers, let alone the Cowboys and the Buccaneers? And what Fox should have asked them after the game is, hey, Tom Coughlin, you got any message for the Tiki Barber? What happened now, bitch? Okay. Anyway, look, I didn't see it coming, man. Giants did a great job. Now, I can't see them beating the Patriots. On the other hand, I couldn't have seen them beating any of those other teams either. Now, but the real question, JR, is over on the San Diego Chargers side. We got one guy manning up, Phillip Rivers. What happened? I didn't even know this. What happened in the middle of the week?
Well, during the week between the game before they played the Patriots, apparently this was all kept a secret. Phillip Rivers got orthoscopic surgery on his knee. I believe it was his right knee that was injured in the previous game. And so he came out with braces on. They were still talking about how, he's kind of limping through the injury because both he and LaDainian were both injured in last week's game. So this was the one of these best kept secrets. Like, how could they keep this secret from everyone?
Chargers, last time they went to the Super Bowl, had Stan Humphries. And that dude would not fake, but he'd come up after every sack like, all right, you know what? No, let me be heroic and play anyway. So with a Chargers quarterback, you're always like, right? But I got a sense that it was a real injury, and certainly the surgery indicates that it was a real injury. So kudos to him for playing and playing pretty well. They made a game out of it for 3 quarters on a depleted team, and it was depleted because another guy was injured. The best player, or at least one of the top 3 players in the league, LaDainian Tomlinson.
Definitely the best running back in the league.
Right now, he had a sprained MCL. He didn't play all the game except for the first 2 plays. Now the speculation is, was LaDainian Tomlinson a bitch? Okay.
Not even was he hurt. Of course he was hurt, but to what extent, and could he play through it? They caught him basically the whole game, the cameras kept catching him in his dark visor with his helmet on the entire time, sitting on the bench with a big jacket on. Didn't do much movement, didn't seem like he was doing much talking to anyone. And people were wondering, why isn't this guy at least showing that he's injured at least more? Go back, get some kind of treatment, and see what's happening.
Now, here's the thing. I actually am not going to get on LaDainian too much because I think, look, if you got a sprained MCL and you can't make the cut, and it looked like on the second play that he ran that he just couldn't cut, he just ran right out of bounds, then you can't make the cut, then it doesn't even help the team. It hurts the team to play, right? And you got capable backups, and it really sucks because with LT and Phillip Rivers healthy, it looks like they might have really given it to the Patriots.
They were in the red zone 3 times, ended up with 3 field goals.
And could they have scored some of those if LT, the best running back in the game, was in there? Definitely possible. So it's a shame. But the part that people are really getting at and is beginning to convince me is him sitting on the bench like, and he's got his visor on and he's got his coat on. Up and at him, dude. Up and at him. Let's get a little couple of cheering. Come on, guys, let's go. And whether he was, bad or not bad, the injury, it gave off a bad appearance to just sit in the corner, appear to be sulking underneath your visor.
Right.
So next time
from the
around,
very beginning of the game, and as a supposed to be leader of the team, you want to keep some kind of, at least some positive energy from the sideline. I mean, the entire game, sit over there, seeming like it was a sad situation, as if they had lost the game already.
Yeah, it's a tight game, man. That's why you got to get up in people's faces and be like, "Oh my, we're in this thing. We can win this thing," and then hope to get healthy in the 2 weeks to the Super Bowl, etc. It gives off a bad vibe to be sitting in the corner like that. So that's bad news. One last thing for you on the Patriots in the Super Bowl. Ever since they saw the picture of Tom Brady with the boot on, the line has moved from about 13.5 to 14-point favorites that the Patriots were at the beginning down to 12 points. Interesting. So we'll see how it plays out. But as originally predicted right here on the Young Turks, the Patriots likely to crush. Please. Young Turks.